close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left.
Hello guys, how are you today? We will continue our lesson. What we are going to study today is about sketch simple project design. Alright, we cannot make a project without knowing the principles of design. Ayan, when we are making a project, we need to apply the principles of design. Why is it important? These are very important because these are the concepts used to organize or arrange the structural elements of design. Alright? These are very important in order for us to make a good and beautiful project. Ay napakahalaga nito, no? Nang sa ganoon, makapag-produce tayo ng maganda at maayos na proyekto. Ayan. The first one is balance. Balance, a condition in which different elements are equal or in the correct proportions. It may be produced in two ways, either formal or informal. When we say balance, it is the visual weight of elements in a composition. We have two types of balance, no? Symmetrical or formal, asymmetrical or informal. When we say symmetrical, it can be described as having equal weight on equal sides. Ayan. Ibig sabihin, yung magkabilang dulo, no, pantay siya. Pantay at magkapareho yung kanyang timbang. When we say asymmetrical, it can be described as having unequal, alright? Unequal weight on both sides. Ibig sabihin, yung magkabilang dulo, hindi siya pantay. Alright? Hindi pantay or hindi pareho yung kanyang timbang. Alright? Kaya informal siya. That's the difference between symmetrical and asymmetrical. Alright? Proportion. Proportion is the pleasing relationship of all parts of the object with one another. When we say proportion, it's the relationship between two or more elements in a design, no? And how they compare with one another. Okay, take a look at this picture. As you can see, no, if one element increases in size, the remaining elements should also increase at the same rate to remain proportionate. Kapag ang isang bagay, no, kung makikita nyo dyan sa larawan, palaki siya ng palaki. Kung yung isa lumalaki, dapat lahat sila lumalaki din. Nang sa ganon, meron siyang proportion. Alright? Kasi kung yung isa lang ang lumalaki dyan, tapos yung iba, hindi, wala siyang proportion. Alright? Next. Emphasis. Emphasis, every pleasing design has one part that is more interesting than any other. This is the emphasis or the center of interest. When we say emphasis, emphasis is another important design element. It is applied when an artist wants to attract more attention or to a certain element or area by giving it dominance that makes it stand out. Take a look at this picture, guys. Tignan nyo yung larawan. Ayan. Pag sinabing emphasis, kapag tinignan mo yung larawan, merong isang bagay dyan na una mong mapapansin. Yun yung pupukaw sa iyong mga mata. Okay? That is the center of interest. Like for example, nasa loob tayo ng classroom. Ikaw yung lagi ko napapansin. Ikaw yung lagi kong tinatawag. No? Ikaw yung center of interest doon. Okay? Emphasis. Alright? Next. Rhythm. These are smooth movement repeated again and again. What does it mean? Rhythm is created with when one or more elements of design are used repeatedly to create a feeling of organized movement. Anong ibig sabihin nun, guys? Kung makikita nyo sa larawan, yung disenyo, inulit siya. Inulit siya ng inulit. And that is the rhythm. Okay, rhythm ang tawag doon. Like for example, sa loob ng kwarto, yung kurtina, yung kulay ng kurtina at disenyo ng kurtina, ganon din yung kulay at disenyo ng pillowcase at nung sapin nyo sa kama. Ang tawag doon, rhythm. Okay? Um, the elements of design are used repeatedly. Alright? Next. Harmony means a relationship of different portion of a design. Harmony should be achieved through judicious use of color, shape, and texture to give a feeling of oneness. When we say harmony, it is the visually satisfying effect of combining similar or related elements. Unity or harmony is the quality of fullness or oneness. It is the arrangement of elements to create a feeling of completeness. Ayan, kung makikita nyo dito sa larawan, no? Halimbawa, ihalin tulad natin siya sa interior design. Ayan, kung makikita nyo, meron siyang table, flower vase, sofa, chair, no? Pero kung yung isa dyan, wala, like for example, wala yung chair, hindi siya kumpleto. Walang harmony. Okay? As I said earlier, to create a feeling of completeness para magkaroon siya ng harmony. Kaya kung makikita nyo dito sa larawan, meron siyang harmony. Okay? Next. Elements of design. The first one is line. Line is skeleton or basic foundation sketch to direct the eye vertically or horizontally. When we say line is an element of art defined by a point moving in space. Alright? Lines can be vertical, horizontal, diagonal, or curved. Okay? Um, lines are very important also because we cannot construct letters, numbers, words without lines. Alright? Next. Texture refers to the surface appearance which is either rough or smooth, dull or glossy, thick or thin. Ayan. When we say texture, it is the surface quality of an object. It can be defined as the properties held and sensation caused by the external appearance of an object. Receive the sense of touch. Ayan. Kung ito ba'y magaspang, kung ito ba'y mapino, kung ito ba'y madulas, that is texture. Alright? Next. Color. Ayan. Color is the visual response of the eye. Why? It has the greatest power or it has the greatest emotional power to all the elements. All right? Why? Because it can stand alone as a background. Ayan, or it can be applied to other elements like lines, shapes, textures, and typography. All right? Color can be or may be cool, warm, bright, or dull. That's why choosing the right color will greatly affect the appearance of your finished product. Ayan. We have we also have color theory. The first thing you usually notice about clothes or anything is their color. Kapag tumitingin tayo ng mga bagay-bagay, ng mga damit, kahit ano pa man yan, ang mapapansin natin una ay yung kulay. Alright? Before you start studying which colors look best together, you should learn the meaning of color terms and the rules that apply to colors. Ayan. Pag-aaralan natin yan. Here is the color wheel consisting of 12 colors, which will give you an idea to make successful choice of color. Ayan. Color wheel ang tawag dyan. Okay? Primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. Okay? Primary colors are the three pigment colors that cannot be mixed or formed by any combination of other colors. All other colors are derived from these three hues. Hindi mo sila pwedeng gamitin. Kasi nga, ito na yung mismong gagamitin mo, itong kulay na ito, para makapag-produce ng ibang kulay. Alright? Next, secondary colors, green, orange, and purple. These are the colors formed by mixing the primary colors. Para magkaroon tayo ng secondary colors, yung dalawang kulay sa primary colors, paghahaluin mo siya in order to produce to create a secondary colors. All right. Tertiary colors: yellow, orange, red, purple, blue green, and yellow green. These are the colors formed by mixing a primary and secondary color. Kapag pinagsama mo yung primary at secondary, makakapag-produce ka ng tertiary or intermediate colors. Ayan, napakadali, di ba? Next, we also have pure colors. Pure colors are also called normal, true, and basic colors. Pure colors are the primary, secondary, intermediate colors because they have no white, black, and gray in them. Ayan, kung mapapansin nyo. Sa color wheel, wala siyang kulay white, wala siyang kulay black, at wala siyang kulay gray. Kaya tinawag silang pure colors. Ayan. Next, tints. When pure colors are mixed with white, they are made lighter. Paano yun? Like for example, when white is added to pink, or when white is added to red, you have pink. In other words, pink is a tint of red. Ayan. The more white you add, the more or the lighter the pink will be. Ayan. No? Next. Shades. When pure colors are mixed with black, they are made darker. Like for example, when black is added to red, you have maroon, a shade of red. The more black you add, the more darker you have. Ayan. Shades ang tawag doon. Next, grade colors. Most colors we use includes our grade colors rather than bright. Pure colors you see on the color wheel. Alright? Grade colors are referred to as pure colors or dull colors. The more gray you add, no, the more duller the color will be. Ayan. Next, we also have qualities of colors. The first one is hue. Hue is the family group name of a color. It's the name of a color such as red, blue, and yellow. Once they are combined differently and given new names. Ayan, kapag pinaghalo mo yon, no, yung dalawang kulay, makakapag-produce ka ng panibagong kulay. Ang tawag doon, hue. Alright? H-U-E. Alright? Next. Value. Value refers to the lightness or darkness of the shade. The scale of the value colors are from the very lightest tint to the very darkest of the shade. Ayan kung makikita nyo. Okay, light hanggang dark. No? Next. Intensity means the brightness or dullness of a color. Okay? When you refer to a color as bright or very bright, dull or very dull, you are describing its intensity. Like for example, no, peppers are bright yellow green, while olives are dull yellow green. In that way, you are describing their intensity. No? Next, we also have color scheme. The first one color harmony or monochromatic harmony. The easiest color scheme to follow is one that uses the same color in different values and intensity. When we say monochromatic color, it uses one or single color. Any other in the color wheel, as long as it is just one color, no, we call it monochromatic. Kahit nasaan dyan, kahit nasaan yung posisyon niya, basta iisa lang yung ginamit niya, no, monochromatic ang tawag doon. Next, adjacent color or analogous harmony. three neighboring colors, one of which one of which is dominant. When we say analogous color, no, are groups of three colors that are next to each other. All right, in the color wheel, whatever colors are used in the color wheel, as long as they are three colors that are next to each other, they are called analogous harmony. Ayan. Next, complementary colors. These are colors that are opposite in the color wheel. Complementary color or complementary colors are two colors that are opposite to each other in the color wheel. Ibig sabihin, magkatapat sila. Wherever two colors are positioned in the color wheel, as long as they are two colors that are opposite to each other, we call it complementary colors. Ayan. Next, double complementary, two neighboring colors and their opposite colors. Ayan. These are group of two colors that are opposite to each other. No? Two colors are next to each other and they are paired with two adjacent colors uh, on the other side. Okay, on the opposite side. All right. Next, split complementary, a variation of the complementary color scheme. In addition to the base color, it uses the two colors adjacent to its complement. Ayan. When we say split complementary, it is a color scheme using one base color and two secondary colors. Instead of using complementary color, two colors placed symmetrically around it on the color wheel. Ayan, kung makikita nyo. That is split complementary. Alright? Next, triad. The color in between three spaces in color wheel. When we say triad, it has an equal distance between all colors. All three colors are distributed evenly around the color wheel. Kaya kung makikita nyo, meron siyang pantay-pantay na distansya sa bawat kulay. Ayan, that is triad. Alright? Next. Okay, that's all for today, guys. I hope you have learned a lot, no? And I hope you can apply what we have learned today when you create your own project. Ayan. Thank you for listening, guys. No? Good day and God bless you all.